Welcome to a new week. I hope you have a beautiful week. I know the weather here is gorgeous, and the weekend was pretty nice given that it was Easter, and sometimes, Easter can go awry with the weather. So I hope that you all had a wonderful Easter weekend. I hope that you were able to get with family and enjoy some time with them, and do whatever you like to do at Easter time. Saturday night, we went out to church with my in-laws and my sister-in-law, me and my husband and my two boys. And that was really nice service. We hadn't been to that church before. That's the church that they go to here in a suburb of where they live. I can't even remember what the name of the church was. But anyway, it was a really nice service. The pastor was really great. And then before that, we had gone to supper at Chili Verde, which is my husband's favorite place to go. He loves their breakfast burrito. And I will say, if you are a fan of breakfast burritos, from my understanding, you can't beat that one. So if you have a Chili Verde near you, you might want to go there. Give it a try. I thought I'd share some stuff that I got in the mail with you guys. A package. Let me grab my scissors. It's been sitting here on my table because, I never get around to anything in any time. Let's see if I can get you guys to see this a little better. Probably not. It's fine. I'll just hold it up. So I got some new earrings. I know that will make some of you very happy. That's why I don't have any on today. How cute are these? It says, "No, you'll never..." What? "You'll never know, dear, how much I love you." I like this song, guys. That's so cute. Adorable. Just adorable. I'm telling you, I do have some great taste in earring shopping. All right. This next one. Ooh, I might wear these today. Can you see? They're like a pink kind of opalescent. Is that the word? Iridescent? I think I will wear these today. I had two backs. That's kind of strange. I got these earrings, guys. This whole package, actually, from... It's not just earrings. From Temu. I was going to say... Oh, you know what, guys? Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. I was putting in my earring and I realized that my radio was on. And as you might know, if you watched me from before, they canceled one of my videos for a while because my radio was on and ACE's copyright infringement or something. So I didn't want that to happen again. But yeah, look how cute those are. Right? Goes with my outfit today. All right, let's move on. What's our next pair? Oh, so anyway, I got these from Temu, guys. There's some controversy around Temu and Shein, right? Oh gosh, these are so cute. Ooh. Strawberries. Little strawberries and flowers. So adorable. Both sides, except for the flower. So, in theory, I'm against Temu and Shein because, China and all. But I also like to save a buck or a lot of bucks. So I buy from them. I did have a question from one of my followers not too long ago about Temu. She likes to buy from Temu, and she has... I think it was her daughter had some problems with them. She was asking if I'd ever had my personal credit card information or anything hacked from shopping with Temu. And I have not. I've been shopping with them for several years now. I did shop a little bit with Shein, but then I stopped shopping with them just because, why have both? But I've never had any problems with either place. That's not to say that people don't. I feel like in today's world with your credit cards and everything you do online, like you could be hacked at any time and it really doesn't matter, you know, unless you refuse to shop online. That's probably your only best bet. But no, I have not had any problems, and I would definitely tell you if I had. So, yeah. Okay, so those are my earrings. Oh, girls and boys, there's more. Of course there is. All right, let's look at these. Oh, this is a necklace. Cute. You know, I order from them. I will say sometimes Temu can be slow on the delivery, although they have gotten much better. Can you see this, guys? It's like a little heart. It would be like this. That is adorable. So cute. I know that when I ordered this, they had this in silver as well. You know, if you're a silver gal. All right, let's move on. Do you guys shop from Temu or Shein or any place that you get good deals? One thing I like about some of their earrings, they send you an extra set of backs. Oh my gosh, look at these. These are little rain clouds with raindrops, guys. Oh, it's so adorable. So cute. Love that. And as far as earrings go, like these are all of these say stainless steel, nickel free. I've never had any problems with earrings, allergic reactions or otherwise, but I also don't have any allergies of any kind to metals or anything. So, you know, definitely always check when you're buying earrings and jewelry, you know, to see if it's nickel free or, you know, whatever the allergy may be that you might have. But I've never had any problems. I did buy a necklace from them not too long ago that tarnished on me right away, but I did wear it in the shower too, so that was probably my fault. You see these little orange flowers? So cute. Guys, I was going through my earrings the other day trying to find something to wear, and I was like, I'm sick of all of these, you know, tired of them all. So I was like, I have to get some more. One more pair, guys. Oh my gosh, so cute. And in case you've never shopped at Temu before, these earrings usually run anywhere from $1 something to $3 something. Little blueberries. Aren't those cute? Both sides. So adorable. So I just felt I needed some springy summer earrings. I have some earrings that, you know, you always lose one, right? And then there you are. But sometimes I lose one to a pair that I really love. And I'm not going to throw that other one away. I'll just wear it with some other earring because I'm not fancy like that. So earrings are done. Let's move on. Let's see what else I got. Who remembers, because it's been a while. These are pants, guys. These are this pair is black. If you can see, they're very lightweight and wide. I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'11". Well, you can't see really. Maybe if I back up. Way back up. 5'11", right? And they go full on down. So if you're a short gal, you might not want to go with these. Let me tell you what the material is, if I can find anything. This is 100% polyester, so they're not going to shrink. This is a 3X, which I can see now is probably a little on the big, for sure. But they do have a drawstring. Oh, that's just for show, guys. But it has a really good elastic band, and it's a thick, you know, not one of them little bitty ones, you know. Very cute. No pockets or anything. Kind of, I don't want to say pleated, but, you know, it reminds me of linen. It looks sort of linen-y. And the other pair is just a different color. I'm not the biggest fan of shorts in the summer. I don't mind spandex or like workout shorts, but I don't like regular shorts at all because, you know, they always ride up and then you're like. So I thought I'd get some cool pants. This is like a dusty rose color. It's a little wrinkled from being in the package. Same deal though. Same deal. Going to be the same size, 100% polyester. I will wash and dry these in the washer and dryer with all the other clothes that I have. I'm not worried about them at all. They won't shrink. Very soft, very lightweight, not see-through. Not see-through. So they had all different colors, guys, if you go shopping on Temu. Sometimes the way that Temu does it is they'll post a product, like say these pants, and they'll have like 3 colors to choose from. This color, black, and like maybe gray, right? But if you keep scrolling, you might find another post with the same pants with 3 different colors. And sometimes you can get like a 2-pack or a 3-pack, you know, so you don't have to buy them individually. But so that's my big haul for the day. Some earrings and a couple pairs of pants. I feel pretty happy about that, I have to say. Guys, it's 11 minutes in. You know I'll never make a 3-minute video to save my life unless it's just pictures. But I will sit here and talk with you since I'm already, you know, over my limit anyway. I've probably lost everyone in the first 1 minute. It tends to be that way. I tend to lose some. See that back there? Those are my chocolate chip cookies. And underneath that, let me show you, actually. So yesterday, as you know, was Easter. Let's see how I want to do this. These are just chocolate chip cookies I made a few days ago, which I will not eat because I don't like them after day 1. These, though, if you can see, how do I want to do this? You see this? Those are my homemade brownies. And in them, I mean, I did something different this time. It's called stuffed brownies. So you just make your regular brownies, right? Either homemade or box kind, it doesn't matter. And then, you know, you pour half the batter on the bottom, and then you take cookies. I used, you know, homemade big ones, but I suppose you could really use any cookies. And I just used 6 because they were big, and you put them, layer them on top of the brownies, right? And then you pour the rest of the brownie batter over. And you cook it for the same amount of time as you would cook your brownies. And they come out really great. So, and that's a good way to use up leftover cookies if you're like me and don't like them much after the first day. My kids do, though. They like the how the chocolate chips get hard. That's not really for me. So, just a handy tip for you. I might make one of these batches of brownies and show you sometime. But it's not hard. Like, literally, it's just brownies, whatever cookies you like. These would be good with Oreos. I bet you could do like Reese's cups. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be cookies, right? You could, absolutely not. Now that I think this through, you could cut up or smash up some like Twix bars or Snickers. You know, really any of those kinds of things, and put them in the middle. Stuffed brownies, guys. It's endless, right? You could do so much with that. Anyhow, so I made those yesterday, and I was going to make my breakfast casserole, which you may or may not have seen a video for. I was going to make one, guys, like the video with the sandwich meats and the cheeses, but then the other one, I was going to make like a meatball sub scenario. I had cooked my meatballs all day in the crock pot in some sauce, and then I was going to do the same thing, the Pillsbury crescent roll, the meatballs, the cheese. I might use shredded cheese or I might use sliced. I have a lot of either. Doesn't matter. And then, you know, your other crescent roll sheet. If you have not watched that video, you probably should, because in it, when you put your first crust in, definitely grease your pan. You put your first crescent roll crust in. You want to bake that in the oven for like, I want to say it was 6 minutes. I can't remember right off the top of my head. I've only made this once. But it turned out so flippin' fantastic, guys. I'm telling you. So you want to bake it for like 6 minutes or whatever my video said. first, and that will get it a little crispy, so that after you put your sandwiches, stuff, and whatever you're gonna put in there, and then your other one on top, that it doesn't end up soggy on the bottom. So yeah, I just posted this yesterday, so it should be real easy to find for anyone who wants to do it. But so I was gonna make that. The two casseroles. I call them casseroles because, I mean, they're in a casserole pan and you throw a bunch of stuff in there and bake it. Isn't that a casserole? You know? So I was going to make that. I made some potato salad, homemade potato salad. And then I was going to do deviled eggs. But in case you saw, I think I only posted this on Facebook. But I boiled 19 eggs the night before last. Now, normally, I think this is where I went awry. Normally, when I boil my eggs for egg salad or deviled eggs, as soon as they come out of, as soon as they're done cooking, fill the pan up with cold water and some ice, let them sit until they cool off, then peel them. And I usually have not too much of a problem there. Sometimes I just throw them in the fridge and I will peel them later. And, sometimes it's like eggs. Like it really doesn't matter. Everyone has 15 tips on how to make boiled eggs peel easier. And I think I've tried them all. And the only thing I can definitely say is an absolute truth, and it sounds funny, but the older eggs peel so much easier. It's like they have just a little more air that gets into them, so you could easily peel off that shell. Obviously, you're not using expired bad eggs, you know what I'm saying? But don't, like, if you went out to the store and just bought a fresh batch of eggs, like I did, those are probably going to peel harder for you than some eggs that are a little older. Yeah. So anyway, I went yesterday to go and peel them to make my deviled eggs, and guys, stop it. I have little patience, okay? Very, very little these days. I guess it's because I'm older, I don't know. But I got through 3 eggs that I was able to peel, and then I probably tried to peel 3 or 4 more eggs, and this just wasn't happening. So I just threw them all away. Was it wasteful? Yes. Did I love that? No. I hate wasting food. But, they were cold because they sat in the fridge all night. And so here I am trying to peel these freezing cold eggs, and I have a little bit of frostbite problems from years ago. And so anything too cold for too long, I just can't do. So that made me mad too. So, it just was kind of a bust. I'm not going to lie. The whole day, my oldest son, he ended up bleh, really bad in the early afternoon. I'm not sure what that was about. And then I wasn't feeling good. And so I just canceled the whole thing. I didn't make my breakfast casseroles, but I did have the potato salad and I did have my meatballs ready. So, that's what my husband ate for supper and me. And so I'm still planning on getting this all together. I might do it tonight because I still have all the ingredients. I still have plenty of meatballs and all of that. So you know what I'll do? If I do this tonight, I will just tape it. I'll show you how I do the meatball one. So maybe it all worked out. I don't know. We were going to have my daughter and her family over last night, and also my youngest son's girlfriend. But then because of all this, and I wasn't sure if my oldest one was actually sick, or if it was just, sometimes you get just a touch of food poisoning, or so I just didn't want to risk that. So, yeah, that never happened, but who knows? We might try it again this week or something. But that was my rest of my day yesterday. My husband and I sat there and we watched some movies, and we watched, you guys, if you like scary, thrillery kind of television shows, there's a new one on Netflix called I think something bad is going to happen, or something bad is happening, something like that. Okay, you'll find it real easy. It's brand new, and it was like, I don't know how many episodes it was, 6 at least, might have been 7 or 8, but over the course of 2 days, basically all of yesterday, we watched the whole series, and it was really good, really good. Uh, it is if you watch stuff on Netflix, if you have seen, there's a lot of things that they have done. Um, the Fall of the House of Usher, um, Haunting of Hill House. Uh, there's one about Blythe Manor. These were ones from a few years back. And others, which I'm blanking on the others right now, but there's several, and they're all done by Mike Flanagan, who is fantastic, guys. Okay, like really, really good. Um, and they tend to have a lot of the same actors in each of those series. There are series, not movies, and this one last night had a few of the same actors. And so I was sure, oh, this must be, Mike Flanagan as well. But it was not. But it was actually done by the guys that Duffy Brothers, I think is their name. They do like what is that series? I'm blanking, guys. Come on. Everyone knows it. I almost had it. Um Stranger Things. Oh my God. Guys, don't get old. I'm just telling you. Just don't do it. Stranger Things and some other things. It was really good. It had the lead actress in it. I've only seen in one other thing. She is in the new season of The Night Manager, which is a series also. I don't believe that's on Netflix. I don't remember what it's on. But I don't remember her name, but she was fantastic in it. Really good. A beautiful girl. But yeah, it was really good. It is definitely not for younger children at all. So, if you're thinking about that, just don't go that route. But it was really good. And yeah, we watched that. And then we watched last night's episode of Marshals. That is a spinoff from the Yellowstone franchise with Casey Dunham. Casey Dutton from the Yellowstone series. We've been watching that. And I don't know if any of you guys watched the Yellowstone series. They're all so great. There's like so many shows that are involved in that. Some taking place, years and years before the Yellowstone series. The Yellowstone show, which is in the here and now. But this one is also in the here and now, and it is the most current one. Other than the new one that they just put out called The Madison, which has Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell in it, which we're also watching. We've actually finished it. We really do other things besides watch TV when I say all this. Not a lot. We're old and like to be at home. I do. My husband, he would probably like to go out and do more things, but he's stuck with me. So we watch TV. But the Madison one was great. I'm telling you, if you like Michelle Pfeiffer, she brings it. She's going to swoop at the Emmys next time around. She will definitely win something for her performance in that. And then if you guys are fans of Beth and Rip, their show is coming out in May, called, I think it's called the Dutton Ranch, something like that. We're looking forward to that. And for those of you who have never watched any of the Yellowstone shows, I really highly recommend it. They're excellent shows. Some of them have more than one season, and some of them don't. So, and it really doesn't matter what order you watch them in, because they're all sort of connected, but they're not in a way that you necessarily need to have known what is going on beforehand. But yeah, a really great series. The scenery, it's all shot out there in the West, Montana, and some of it is shot in Canada, and gosh, it's gorgeous. Of course, me being a Wyoming girl, it just makes me kind of homesick, because I really want to get back out there and like live forever, but I'm stuck here because of my children. You young people, you think this over. When you start getting married and having your kids, remember, you could get trapped where you live. So consider that. Anywho's, that was my weekend. And we did have a little bit of a scare with my cat, Nub. I was really terrified for him. I really thought he was going to be a goner. He's my indoor-outdoor cat, and he came in yesterday morning from being outside all night, which is usually his thing. He likes to be out at night. And I'm up late at night, most nights, usually two in the morning at least. And so I keep an eye on him, especially when the weather's cold or bad. I make sure he's inside. But the weather's been okay, so he likes to be outside. But he came in yesterday morning. He was real slow moving. Looked like he might have been in a tussle of some kind. His hair was a little ruffled, kind of dirty, and which doesn't happen too often, honestly. But it did yesterday, and he came in, and he didn't want to eat his breakfast, which is usually the first thing he does. He didn't want breakfast, didn't want water, didn't want me to pick him up, but he didn't seem to be like in peril, like, you know what I mean. He wasn't bleeding or anything like that. And so I just made him a little blanket on the floor, kind of in a corner, and he went to sleep, and he slept there all day and all evening. Off and on, he would be awake, but he never ventured from the blanket, and he didn't want anything to eat, and he didn't want anything to drink. And so I was really concerned because, if you have cats, when they stop, especially drinking, a lot of times that is a big sign that could be the end. And of course, I was terrified that was the case, because I've lost quite a few, and sadly, and but he was alert. Like, he was alert. He was purring. He was like, his eyes were, like, he wasn't, if you've ever had cats that have, started to pass away, you know how they are very lethargic and kind of out of it. And he wasn't like that. So I was still worried though. My husband's like, I think he's going to be fine. And I was like, what do you know? Of course he was fine, because, you know, last night I kept hearing through the night a scratching at the bedroom door, which is something that Nub does when he wants to go outside. But the other cats sometimes will scratch too. And I didn't think it could possibly be Nub because he was, so out of it yesterday. But it was him, I guess. I didn't, of course, let him out or have anybody let him out. And this morning when I got up, he was sitting outside the front door. He's not limping. Not the front door, my bedroom door. He's not limping. He ate his breakfast. He drank his water. Telling ya. He's a hardy one, that Nub. We're guessing him to be about 8 or 9. He's the one, if you ever see my pictures or photos of my cats, he is all black. He is the largest cat I have, and he has kind of a more pointy face. I took a picture of him the other day sitting on the kitchen chair. He was laying on the chair, and he was looking up, and his eyes were, all their eyes are green, the black cats that I have. Anyway, he's my only indoor-outdoor cat. And so I let him out this morning, and I kept an eye on him. He went outside, used the bathroom. That's where he goes to the bathroom, guys. He refuses to use the litter box, even in the dead of winter. Storm, blizzard, wind, hail. He just won't do it. I don't know. So I let him out. He did his thing, came back in, then went back outside. He was out for a while, then came back in. Now he's having his nap. So he seems to be okay. Guys, this is so long. If anyone is watching this still, kudos to you, and big hugs and appreciation from me. I do greatly appreciate when people watch my whole videos. But I do also fully understand why, you might not, because some people don't have that much time to sit around and do this. I know the long videos that I watch are usually done by me when I am done for the day. I'm sitting on the couch, or I'm in bed at night, something like that. Or maybe I'm like cooking in the kitchen and I'm just watching it as I cook. But yeah, I totally understand why some people are not into the long videos, but I do appreciate the ones that stay. And I love you all. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I hope you're having a great spring, and your Easter was great if you were celebrating it. And I will talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.